never be a memory.
And what's going on, Read My Lips people? We are back. Oh boy. So, more coronavirus news, pretty much. You can't escape it. You really can't. Look, so what's going on right now is Donald Trump has offered to send every American, every adult American, $1,000 for this month.
Direct payments to Americans, or are you talking about a payroll tax holiday?
Although the president likes the idea of the payroll tax holiday, I will tell you what we've heard from many people, and the president has said we can consider this. The payroll tax holiday would get people money over the next 6 to 8 months. We're looking at sending checks to Americans immediately. And what we've heard from hardworking Americans, many companies have now shut down, whether it's bars or restaurants. Americans need cash now, and the president wants to get cash now. And I mean now, in the next 2 weeks.
How much?
I will be previewing that with the Republicans. There's some numbers out there. They may be a little bit bigger than what's in the press.
Go ahead. Which a lot of people have had mixed reactions to it, to my surprise. So a lot of people are saying, you can't buy my vote. I don't want it. Return the sender. If it's coming from Donald Trump, I don't want it. Okay, well, give that money to someone else if you don't want it. Please, by all means, if you don't want that money, give it to someone else. There are people out here that need that $1,000. So that's what originated. Donald Trump said he was going to send every adult American $1,000 for the month. Keyword for the month, as sort of a stimulus. Fast forward a little bit later, and Bernie Sanders, and this, Donald Trump is damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. Because if he didn't do this, if he just sat on his ass and twiddled his fingers, people would be on him saying, what the fuck, look at you, you're not doing anything to help us, shitty president, blah, 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 right? They'd be reaming him no loot. He does something, and then people are saying, oh, you're trying to buy my vote, look at you, you're trying to buy my vote, return the sender, I don't want your money. So, damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. Like, I really don't care about your dislike for Trump right now. I don't care about red. I don't care about blue. I just care about the right things being done to help the American people out, full stop. Like, all that little hate for Trump you have, you can take it, and you can take a long walk off a short bridge. I don't care. I don't care. This is not the time for red versus blue. This is not the time for I hate Trump. If he's doing something correctly, let him do it. Nobody's asking you to vote for him. I wouldn't vote for Trump. I still want him to do the right thing. So fast forward a little bit, and then Bernie Sanders comes out with his idea, $2,000 for every household.
We need to provide a direct emergency $2,000 cash payment to every household in America every month for the duration of the crisis to provide them with the assistance they need to pay their bills and take care of their family.
And he's sort of another person that's damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. And what I mean is, Bernie Sanders didn't come out with, advocating for this, $2,000 for every household soon enough. So people were getting on him. How come he hasn't come out with it? He needs to come out with it. Come out with it. Why didn't he say anything? Come out with it. Come out with it. Come out for it. And then he comes out for it, gives what he, his example of, what he thinks should happen with the $2,000 for every household. And then people were reaming him no lube. They're like, oh, you took too long. Why are you coming out with it now? Why say something now? Why you took too long? I don't even want to hear it. Whatever, you took too long. I don't care how long he took. I'm just happy he came out with advocating for it. I'd be a lot more disheartened and pissed off at him if he didn't say anything versus saying something a little later than Donald Trump. So I don't care that he came out with it, days later. As a matter of fact, this is sort of typical Bernie. Like, he never is first up to bat with these things, whether it came to Cenk Uygur, whether it came to defending Tulsi Gabbard, whatever. He's usually a little late to the party when it comes to these things. So I wasn't surprised that he came out with his $2,000 idea for every household a little later than everybody else. But it's weird because, you know, in some ways, Trump's version is to the left of Bernie's, and in some ways, Bernie's version is to the left of Trump's. Now, what I mean is, Trump's is a one-time payment, $1,000, which actually just recently I heard they might be trying to move it up to $2,000 for this one-time payment. If it's $2,000, even better. We'll take it. But it's a one-time payment. It's a quick stimulus injection. Done. What Bernie Sanders is proposing, and it's for every American, for every adult. So if you got 4 adults in the house, obviously that's a lot more money going to that house than just a $2,000 to every household. However, Bernie Sanders is until the pandemic is over. So Trump wants to do it, quick, one shot, we're done, let's move forward. Bernie Sanders wants to send this until this whole thing is over with. So in some ways, each thing that they're proposing is to the left. But I just want to clarify, neither is technically UBI. Sanders would be the closest to UBI, but neither is universal basic income, which is why the thumbnail that you clicked on is worded the way that it's worded. So obviously Andrew Yang proposed $1,000 a month to every American, full stop. Trump's is $1,000 to every American, one time. And Sanders is $2,000 to every household, but until this is over with, meaning it'd be reoccurring. So Trump's is like that version when you go online to pay something and you don't want it to be reoccurring, and it has that option, one-time payment. Trump clicked on the one-time payment. So, look, either one of those would be a help to what's going on right now, if I'm being honest. Like, people can nitpick it and pick it apart, and I'm glad you have the luxury of doing that. Not everybody does. So if they send that, you know, in any way, shape, and form, it'd be appreciative. Because if you've watched my last couple of videos, I said, I don't care how you do it, just do it. Just get it out to the people. So, you know, there's a lot of misinformation on social media. If you can quarantine yourself away from social media as well, I know that sounds crazy because a lot of people are stuck at home. Do so, because between people babbling about 5G, between people being never Trumpers, between the trolling, between the memes, it's insanity on there right now. It's insanity. And it's easy to just delete everybody. It's easy to just be like, fuck you, you know what you're talking about, you're an idiot, bye. How'd you get on my page? It's easy to do all that, right? But when you do that, you're creating an echo chamber and you're creating a bubble, right? Where you're only hearing people that you ultimately agree with, and you're not getting any other information from the outside. And then you end up being like no better than a person that only watches CNN or MSNBC or Fox News only, and that's where they get their information from. You don't want to end up in an echo chamber. Trust me, you don't. Right? Because you're going to sound like a fool when you're talking to people about things going on in the world, because you're only going to have one version of it. And the way you look at things is going to be askew. So, you know, I try my best not to delete people unless they're just absolutely toxic. But I'm also trying my best not to stay on social media as much as possible, because nobody knows what they're talking about. So, yeah, that's what's going on. It's interesting. I was talking to somebody, and they're not voting for Sanders. They're voting for Biden. And they believe Biden will win because he has more morality and more civility than Donald Trump. Now, Donald Trump did come out recently saying the Chinese virus, right? So he's getting a lot of shit for that. I'm not triggered by it. If the virus came from Africa and he said the African virus, like, that wouldn't bother me any. I'm sure that probably bother a lot of people. I'm not bothered by it because I'm used to it. It's been 4 years. This is what he does. This is nothing new. Like, for the people that are like shocked and they can't believe what they're hearing, this is what he's been doing, right? So wherever you've been these 4 years where you didn't have to deal or listen to him saying any of this shit, next time invite me, because it sounds like it was a fucking dream world. I'd love to be there. But yeah, no, this is typical Trump, the Chinese virus. This is, you know what I mean? I wish he, did speak with more decorum, have more decorum, more civility. It chose his words better, but that's a fairy tale. It's not going to happen. It's not Donald Trump. But, thinking Biden has more, thinking a man with dementia has more civility and decorum, and that's why he should be in the White House is also absurd. Him and Bernie Sanders are on stage. Bernie Sanders gave him 3 chances to come clean about trying to take away Social Security. Biden's on the record multiple times saying he was more than willing to take away Social Security. One of the times they're saying, I tried not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times to take away Social Security. And Bernie gave him a chance to say, hey man, look, everybody makes mistakes. You could have changed your outlook on it. You've grown. But back then, didn't you say you wanted to cut it? And multiple times. Each time he said no. Each time he just blatantly lied. And here's the fucking problem. All the hosts that were there, they knew he was lying. And they didn't call him out on it. They didn't say, well, hey, Biden, you did say this these times. They didn't have no paperwork on Biden. They didn't challenge him at all. They tried to challenge Bernie, saying, well, Bernie, back in the BC period, you said blah, 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 blah. And they tried to skew it and say Bernie was against Social Security. Actually, Bernie Sanders is talking about changing the cap. He wanted people to receive more money. So fail on their part, and fail on their part even more for not, doing their job and G-checking Biden on his lying. And, Sanders said, check the YouTube. Here's the issue. Most of Biden's support, majority, 90% of Biden's supporters, or something along those lines, is 45 years old and older. They're not going to check the YouTube. They don't care. They don't care about his past. They don't care about his record. They don't care about his dementia. They just want him in it because they think he can beat Trump. They don't care about anything else. They don't care about it. And Bernie Sanders scares them. They don't. The 45 years and older crowd don't care about a revolution, right? So 44 and under, Bernie Sanders does really well with. And they probably already know Biden's lying. He's a liar about this stuff. So they don't even have to check the YouTube. Or if they didn't know, they will go check. But the issue is they're not coming out to vote. They're not coming out to vote in the number that is necessary for Sanders to win. That being the case, those same people are also not going to come out for Biden as well. So not only will Biden not have the current Sanders supporters come out and vote for him, but those people that haven't come out and vote in the primary, they're not going to come out and vote for the general either. They've hit the off button. They don't care. They don't want to hear the shit. They're tired of it. So just know, Donald Trump will remain POTUS. That's going to happen. Biden can't draw the kind of crowds he needs to win. It's just not going to happen. So, there's that. So yeah, a lot of crazy stuff. The White House saying $2,000 to every American in 2 weeks. Bernie Sanders finally coming out saying $2,000 to every household. Now, he did say he might have misspoke and he meant every adult, but, at the time of the release of his video, he was saying $2,000 to every household. So that's what I'm sticking with. And he got some shit for that, but it's exponentially better than nothing, right? So, yeah, if you haven't seen my last video, again, check it out. I think the YouTube algorithm is up to its old shenanigans. And check out that video. And just stay safe, people. I know a lot of jobs are closing. A lot of places are being quarantined now. Some people go back to work in a couple weeks. Some people, it's, indefinitely until they can figure out when this thing's done with. So I'm going to say good job to, the government, because the last thing I was saying in the last 2 videos were, I don't care how you do it, just send it. And there's been some people complaining well, how are they going to figure out this and that with Social Securities and like blah blah blah. I don't give a fuck how they will figure if they can find you for everything else. If you owe the government some motherfucking money, if you got a bill, they find you, right? So they're gonna find you to give you this money. Like it's not my job to worry about how they're gonna find every adult and make sure. That's not my job. Okay? If they can find you for everything else, they're gonna find you to give you your money. Calm down. You don't worry about that unless you're on the run or something. Like it's not your concern either. They're gonna find it. They're gonna find you. So yeah, that pretty much wraps it up. Before I close this, can you believe that Fox News and then some Christians, like the fundamental Christians, the nut jobs of Christianity, are telling people to go out and go eat in restaurants and go fly planes?
Well, there's a lot of concerns with the economy here because people are scared to go out. But I will just say, one of the things you can do if you're healthy, you and your family, it's a great time to just go out, go to a local restaurant.
Yeah.
Likely you can get in easily. Let's not hurt the working people in this country that are relying on wages and tips to keep their small business going.
We're very sympathetic.
Don't run to the
Understood.
Yeah, just don't run to the grocery store and buy $4,000 of food.
Right, they're cleaning off the
Go to your
shelves.
local pub.
Well,
I know they don't want us to do this, but just turn around and greet 2 or 3 people. Tell them you love them. Jesus loves them. Amen. Listen, this has to be the safest place. I said this has to be the safest place. If you cannot be safe in church, you're in serious trouble. We are not stopping anything. I got news for you. This church will never close. The only time the church is closed is when the rapture's taking place. This Bible school is open because we're raising up revivalists, not pansies.
You know, it's just strange to me how so many are overreacting. The H1N1 virus in 2009 killed 17,000 people. It was the flu also, I think. And there was not the same hype. It was, you just didn't see it on the news 24/7. And it makes you wonder if there's a political reason for that. It's impeachment didn't work and the Mueller report didn't work and Article 25 didn't work, and so maybe now this is their next attempt to get Trump. But I had the owner of a restaurant asked me last night. He said, "You remember the North Korean leader promised a Christmas present for America back in December? Could it be they got together with China and this is that present? I don't know, but it really is something strange going on."
Or fly on planes. Please don't try to fly a plane if you don't want to fly a plane. But go travel. They're literally telling people that. They're telling people, like, we ain't no punk. I'm not a punk. The virus don't give a fuck. How tough do you think you are, bro? Listen, fat, you think you're going to fight the virus? You think you're going to punch the virus? Like, what are you talking about? I'm not no punk. We ain't no scaredy cats. Okay. Congratulations. You're a tough guy. The virus can still fucking get, like, you sound ridiculous. So, man, oh man, Fox News. Yo, chill. Chill. Like, I gave you guys a head nod when you were acknowledging Andrew Yang and stuff, but you're telling people to go out to eat in restaurants, and you're telling people, and you're trying to put it in a guise of, we don't want to hurt the workers, so go out and eat. You sound ridiculous. How do you have a job? And then the people, the pastors and the preachers that are holding these congregations and telling people, like, we're not no punk, go out and do all this shit. You need to go sit the fuck down somewhere because you're giving the worst possible advice. Yes, no, come. Let everybody in one big group. What the hell is wrong with you? So I'll end it there. Again, stay safe, please. There's some people that think because they're younger, they can dodge this shit and they're immune to it, and that's not necessarily the case. So if you like what you see, if you like what you hear, please like, comment, and subscribe. Just thrust that like button. I really appreciate it. If you don't, let me know in the comment section why. I'm always down to talk about it. I have a Cash App, a PayPal, and a Venmo link in the description below. Please feel free to donate to the channel. Every little bit helps. Hopefully I'll be talking to you guys soon. Have a good one. Peace.
Run free and dive into the sky. Hear the wind crying